Alright guys, welcome back. So this was a little bit expected, but very glad to see it because they mentioned a lot in the dev notes that we're getting a big update on the 29th. And yes, this actual update is dropping one day earlier. Normally it does drop on a Tuesday and we get the actual full patch notes details, the maintenance update, on Monday morning, where this time it's dropping Sunday morning, which is... So we get the patch notes Sunday, and then we get the actual update on Monday. For me in the UK, maybe if you're, I think it drops like 4 a.m. in the UK, which is, yeah, nice. I mean, get the content early. We love to see it, right? Plus, the content they're adding is actually quite a lot. Mostly improvements, but still quite a lot to be fair. So let's run through it. So yeah, no new character. We weren't expecting one. We just got Derriere literally a week ago. And, people are still figuring out how the character actually works. In fact, if they did drop like Merlin this week, it'll be actually pretty bad. So yeah, we're getting a new hero artifact system added. They spoke about it in the actual development notes, which is this system right here, where you're able to spend more hero EXP on a character to level up their affection, which will increase their stats. We have to wait and see how the system works and what you actually get, because you do get reward for doing it. Do you get like a special frame, a certain unique towards a character? Do you just get a stat increase? Do you just get gems? How much EXP? And is there like a level cap? Can I do this at level 1 legendary, or do I have to get the character at least towards like 6 to 7 star to max the affection? We'll have to wait and see. We'll find it obviously Sunday morning when they drop the patch notes a little bit. And then moving on, we have the Sacred Treasure frame enhancement system added, which is, once again, they spoke about in the development notes, which is this right here, which is, yeah, you just spend gold to increase the frame, and it improves the stats, which, to be fair, we do need, because if you've played the hard stages in Tower Trials, oh my god, unreal hard. I mean, I'm dropping a video today of how to defeat the actual green stages, but I mean, I haven't tried the yellow one yet, but blue's really hard. Red's very hard. I mean, we look at the people who cleared it. Only 3 people on the beta server have cleared Wave 30. I'm ranked 12. Yeah, it's insane how that many people have defeated it. It's very, very hard. So getting more ways to increase the actual character stats through the hero affection and account stats through the actual frame enhancements is probably going to make me clear for it even better, and maybe even help out you lot if you're still struggling in the lower stages. So very, very good. Next one, like I said, new stages and story are being added. Very glad I called this, because I did mention, what was it, in the Derriere patch notes. It was a bit weird they didn't add it, and they're probably saved it for this update, so they kind of spread the updates and the content around. But we saw Escanor, they dropped everything with Escanor on his actual update patch, and then 1 week later, all we got was nothing and just a Hauser banner. So I like the fact they're spreading the content around, so we get something one day. Derriere and the content with the Tower Trials was enough. We're going to get obviously some stages, which will I'm going to have to wait and see what they actually do, because it's a bit inconsistent. Like all the stages so far have been like, or each episode have been 100 stages, right? But then for some reason for episode 3 it jumped up 400 stages. So maybe we get one episode that's just a lot longer, or maybe we get 3 episodes that are much shorter. But regardless, I think they should probably a little bit, bring through the story mode a little bit, because we're only on season 2, episode 3. Not that we should rush towards the end season, but we've gotten most of the characters for season 2. Like, I think, was it Esterosa and I guess Merlin from season 1, but still Merlin, Diane and Zeldris, and I think that's it, because we've gotten all the commandments, we've gotten all the Death Pierce and the Pleiades a little bit, so there's no real crazy character, I think. I mean, unless you want to do like Denzel and like his goddess form a little bit, but that's kind of it, I think. But yeah, that's the new content. I mean, it's going to be pretty good. Start saving your hero XP, I guess, and your gold. A new mini-game is coming, though, which is going to be the Relentless Charge event and missions, which I looked a bit more into what the actual game mode is from looking at the picture, because I didn't read that before. But I think it's one of the game modes where you click and hold, and like you draw the bridge higher, and you let go when it falls down, and you have to do it really fast, and just like, trying to guess how far the bridge can go. I think that's what the game is. I actually don't know. We'll see. It's might be hard, because we'll go through it afterwards, but they actually did a little bit of a Q&A when they spoke about the actual difficulty in the mini games. Like right here, they do say like they're meant to be fun, but we noticed that some missions were a bit too hard. They don't actually say they're going to fix it. They just say, oh, we'll monitor it, and maybe we will make some changes towards the upcoming games, but they're not going to nerf that new one. Gloxinia is getting a rate up. Nice. I mean, Would I summon? Probably not, because I think Gloxinia is one of the more free-to-play friendlier characters, since he doesn't actually need to successfully attack someone. He can literally just sit there, even at 0 star, and have a use in the game. Of course, you want to obviously successfully attack anyway, because getting this break is obviously very important, and he also needs to heal with his skill 1. But I'm fine with Gloxinia. I wouldn't summon. If anything, I'd still rather save for either Merlin coming next, or something for Derriere, or even obviously Monspeed, who is a bit more important instead of like actually landing skills, so his dupes actually do matter. But Gloxinia, hey, if you like him, go for it, I guess, right? Next one is some improvements. Once again, they're not going to say what the actual improvements are until we get the actual update notice on Sunday morning, I guess. And that is the constellation system improvements. Not really too sure how you can improve it, other than maybe increasing it a little bit, because, I mean, I've almost defeated it. And bear in mind, the Constellation and Grand Cross is uncompletable. You literally cannot complete it. Unless you spend like millions of pounds, basically, right? So the fact you can do it free to play and relatively easy and very quick, I'd imagine they'll probably up it or add something more to it to make you so you can progress more, because if I've already completed it, actually, to be fair, it is time gated though, so I don't think the whales are completed, because I haven't really missed my actual constellation updates. I've gotten away with 100, so I might be a little bit behind because it took longer to get level 100, but I'm pretty sure everyone should be in a constellation of pride, or not everyone, but like if you've been playing since it came out. Ranking system improvements, which is obviously what they mentioned in the actual dev update, where they're going to be actually adding a worldwide ranking, which is going to be this right here, and I'm kind of going to go along with the actual merge of the servers. I don't think they're merging every server. I would love if they do, though, because I hate the fact that there's some people on different servers, and, you know, people are trying to join my guild, but they can't because we're on the beta server, and people on the US server or like the global server. It's a weird situation. I guess enough time has passed, but it'll be still, I think, a bit too early, and kind of bad if people, if they start merging now a little bit. They might just merge some of the servers, maybe not every single one, but with the way you see how it actually works here. So communication system improvements. Sure, Knighthood boss battle improvements. They spoke about it. They're going to do more of a sum rather than a full-on like accumulated score. I think what they're changing. The ad improvements, which is, I mean, I guess they're good for me because I still don't have the ad blocker. But to be fair, I know as the ads have been good for me, I think, because there's some I get ads like they're like 5 seconds long and you can instantly exit out of it, which means they're quite good. So honestly, when they say ad improvements, it's not for the benefit of us, I believe. It might be for the benefit of them. So we might actually get longer ads now. They're also going to be expanding their combat class rewards and achievement missions, which is very, very good because I have obviously completed. We are up towards 13G now. I imagine it's going to go up to, I mean, what's the highest box you see right now on my server? All right, so the highest person on my server, and I assume probably on most servers because we're on the beta, is 23G. I'd imagine they're probably going to increase it past that because, once again, this is more or less for the beta players. But to be fair, I think people on Global are probably still catching up on near 10 million now. Maybe I'm assuming wrong, but let me know what your actual combat class is, if it's actually close to 10 mil. But yeah, getting upwards like 50 mil rewards would be quite nice if they want to just extend towards 100. I mean, obviously, no one's going to get there for a long time, but it'd be nice to see the rewards. And the rewards are actually pretty good. Again, 1k energy, guaranteed legendary tickets, all these actual rewards, no matter what it is, apart from like the actual card pack sets, is actually very, very good. So, hey, bunch of free rewards. We're not complaining. Was getting more free gems. And yeah, other improvements, server merge, Hauser Banner is leaving, these packs are leaving, and some bug fixes. So yeah, a pretty big update considering there's no new character and it's meant to be like a dead update. They've actually added quite a bit. To quickly run through the Q&A because they do mention some stuff that weren't in the upcoming update. They basically say, can you add a check-in feature to where the Knighthood leaders are able to check who's actually participating in the Knighthood raid bosses? What does that mean? Essentially right now, because you have a accumulated score in the Knighthood boss. So if you look right here, for example, like, you can look at this and say, okay, these guys are playing, but I'm pretty sure I know Pixie's normally higher than me, so I know he hasn't done his runs today, but I only know that is because he's normally higher than me, right? Where the other people below in my guild, I don't know if they haven't done their runs today, or if they just scored a really low score. I'd say low. It's all fine, I don't mind, care too much, right? But you get the point. You don't know if someone's actually not done their runs today, or if someone's actually just not done a good run or something like that, right? And they do say they're not really planning to do that because adding ways to track it would mean you're more incentive as a leader to push people to do their daily knighthood bosses, which, yeah, it's an idle game. It's something you play for fun. I don't care if people do their guild bosses or not, but I know, like, for Grand Cross, I'm in like a top 100 guild, and I'm always getting pinged daily and every week to do my guild bosses. Gets a bit tedious, and for an idle game, we don't need that, right? The Gold Hero XP dungeon and also the Lab Stopper dungeon are getting some expansions later in October. Not with this update, so I imagine we probably will get Merlin, or the new character next week, and the week afterwards, so 2 weeks from now, we'll probably get this update, which will expand the Gold Hero XP dungeon and also the Lab Stopper dungeon. I'm very curious how they're going to handle the Lab Stopper dungeon, because, I mean, the Gold Hero XP is all the same, right? But every milestone on the Lab Stopper dungeon always changes the boss a little bit, where like from what, 50 to, or 0 to 50 you verse the red demon, 51 to 100 you verse the gray demon, and then for 101 all the way up towards 200 you verse the silver demon. So I'm kind of curious if they're gonna expand it towards a new boss, we get a new one at 201, or if they're just gonna make the silver demon an extra like 100 stages, 50 stages. Considering they said delays, maybe it might be that, where they're making a new boss, because that takes a bit longer, I guess. Oh, well, I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't mind if they increased the Silver Demon, because I just got Derriere. Derriere is actually good for this raid boss, because she is really, really tanky to where she doesn't die in the raid boss. So that is, I want to use her more in that, but obviously I got a, last week when I've already defeated all these stages. Can you reduce the upgrade time for the research lab? I'm pretty sure most of you lot have done it by now, but in your research lab, when you get towards like a special pot like this, for example, you don't have to wait like a few hours. And I think the last one, this one right here, took 6 days. 6 days. This ain't Clash of Clans. Why are we waiting 6 days? And this is only like the halfway pot. Like, I still have this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. This one will probably take a month to complete. Like, yeah, reduce the time. Like, why are we waiting that long? These two, they already added literally this update with the new expansion and new quality of life, which is more or less them saying a way to exit and retry stages, which is maybe coming in this update, but probably not. And then, yeah, that is basically it, right? So, yeah, that is going to wrap up the video. They did mention a few times that obviously something, not big, but we're going to do something on the 29th. This was unexpected, but expected a little bit. Very glad to add in these things here. And, yeah, new minigame. Hopefully that's fun too. So, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know if you're excited. Once again, we'll have the patch notes on Sunday instead of Monday. And, of course, the update Monday morning or Sunday night, depending on what region you're in. Time zones are kind of weird. Guys, thank you for watching. And, yeah, peace.